rate strategy for writing. Hello everyone, in today's tutorial I will be talking about the rate strategy. Each syllable stands for something. Let's take a look. Restate the question. That's what the letter R represents. The letter A stands for answer the question. The letter C means cite the evidence. And the letter E means explain the evidence. Now, let me explain what each letter requires me to do. Restate the question. In other words, I must turn the question into a declarative sentence or a statement. Let's take a look at the following question. Who does Ponyboy identify with? And let's see how I will turn it into a statement or declarative sentence. First of all, let's eliminate the question word who. Like so. Next, the auxiliary does indicates that the question is in the present tense, which means the verb identify must be in the present tense as well. Therefore, does needs to go, and the verb identify needs to change. Like so. Last step to restate the question is, obviously, to eliminate the question mark. Like so. For this particular example, let's just add the reflexive pronoun himself to the statement because it makes perfect sense. Like so. Well, the R part of this strategy is complete, as you can see. Time to move to the A. Answer the question. It means that I must answer the question thoroughly. This usually means that I can combine the R and the A together. So here's the question I have been working on. Who does Ponyboy identify with? After reading my text, I have concluded that my answer is Ponyboy identifies himself with the greasers. And just like so, we have the R and the A in our pockets. Time to move to the C, which means cite the evidence. I must quote or paraphrase as many facts as possible from my source to support my answer. So let's see how this plays out. I have the question, who does Ponyboy identify with? I have restated the question, Ponyboy identifies himself with the greasers. That's the answer. But before moving on, let me combine the R and A together in a single place. Like so. After exploring the text one more time, I have found the evidence to support my answer. Here it is. According to the story, Ponyboy thinks to himself that he shouldn't be walking alone because greasers are often either jumped or screamed at by passing cars yelling, "Greasers!" Now let me concentrate on the E, which has to do with explaining the evidence. So, in other words, I need to discuss the evidence and how it supports my answer. This is what I have so far. Here's the question I have been trying to answer. Who does Ponyboy identify with? Here's the answer. Ponyboy identifies himself with the greasers. Here's the evidence. According to the story, Ponyboy thinks to himself that he shouldn't be walking alone because greasers are often either jumped or screamed at by passing cars yelling, "Greasers!" Now, let me combine the restated question, the answer, and the evidence together in a single box. Like so. And here's my explanation of the evidence. Both of these thoughts show that Ponyboy is worried about the consequences of being a greaser. He wouldn't be worried if he didn't identify himself with the greasers gang. And here's the complete final answer, everything combined in a single box. Ponyboy identifies himself with the greasers. According to the story, Ponyboy thinks to himself that he shouldn't be walking alone because greasers are often either jumped or screamed at by passing cars yelling, "Greasers!" Paragraph 1. Both of these thoughts show that Ponyboy is worried about the consequences of being a greaser. He wouldn't be worried if he didn't identify himself with the greasers gang. And this is how you do it. And just like that, I have successfully used the race strategy to address my question, find the answer, support it with evidence, and explain the meaning of the evidence. This has been a tutorial to explain the use of the race strategy for writing. Thanks for watching.